Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for Doctor Strange Issue 3. And this was a big one, because it ties into the whole Infinity War that's going to be going on, but it doesn't feel like that completely takes over the book. It's just one aspect that helps integrate along with Doctor Strange's journey. So we start off and we're seeing that since we've left them off, Steven and Kana have been going around and just finding magical artifacts, sometimes trading them, sometimes getting wisdom from other kind of sage magicians throughout the galaxy, and eventually it leads them to this planet of Tarnax 2. And Kana's trying to talk him up and doing like, hey, this is like the uncle of one of my ex-lovers and all that stuff. Don't worry, he's pretty chill and everything, and then drops that he's a Skrull. Steven, of course, completely freaks out and nope, whole lot of nopes, no. I usually don't throw around the word evil that much, but, Skrulls are evil. And he's like, they pretty much kill humans on sight. I was like, no, he's chill, it's okay, I got this, will feel better if we can put an invisibility spell on you, we'll be good. And he's like, alright. They go down, they land, and Stranger's like, if I feel threatened, we are leaving here. I'm like, yeah. And then he's going through and kind of just ruminating on the idea of the Skrulls and what being a shape-shifting society means. How they don't have structures, they can just shape-shift to adapt to the environment. How they don't really have vehicles because they can shape-shift to run like a cheetah or fly. It's like an interesting examination of what the Skrulls would be. Now, their empire is kind of just in disarray at this moment. It's like, okay, this is just kind of their colony, just doing their own thing, trying to survive. And they're going through, and she leads him to the Skrull magician, which is interesting because he's practicing his forms, but what we see is that he has the Time Stone. And Stranger's like, that was supposed to be destroyed. And he's trying to get Kanda's help to be like, listen, we need to get that because that is very dangerous, and we need to just make sure it's out of the Skrull's hands. And I was like, listen, I don't want to start any beef with the Skrulls. I mean, I want it, I lust after it, but I can't really do it. Of course, who should come up? The person that has tasked this magician with looking at it and trying to unlock more of its power is Super Skrull. Kl'rt. I believe that's how you say it. It's K-L''RT. Kl'rt? I don't know. It's always kind of weird, but Super Skrull will work, but he's trying to get it to be able to use the Time Stone more efficiently because he can only go half a minute into or back into the future or back in the past. And Stranger's like, you don't have any imagination, dude. You can literally change outcomes of battles that way, getting the foreknowledge to do things. It's like, Strange then uses his kind of last card. He's like, listen, Kana, if you help me get this, I will give it to you, no strings attached. She, of course, says yes, because being the kind of arcanologist she is, because we had seen previously in this issue, she talked about her mother and father one being a scientist, one being a magician, having both of those kind of things. She seems very desperate for some kind of power for some reason. Not desperate, but that seems to be her weakness, and Strange plays to it efficiently because they need to get that stone. Of course, this starts them in a battle of fighting the magician and the Super Skrull, but Strange doesn't know the Super Skrull's into it yet. And I like how they're commenting throughout this that the magician had never fought this guy directly and all that. And of course, he's like, oh crap, he's got the power of the Fantastic Four. We call him in our speak Super Skrull, so we gotta watch out for this. Of course, Kana's helping out a pretty big way and pretty much directs the fire onto the magician as he's pretty much trying to mess with him. This, of course, is pissing off the Super Skrull, and Steven gets knocked on to the stone and gets it. And of course, Super Skrull's pretty much trying to beat him down and kill him, but because he's in his rage against the Earthling, he doesn't understand that Steven's got the stone. And then he uses the stone to have all these different copies of him blasting him at once. He's like, you don't have any imagination to how to use this stone. I was like, wow, that was an illusion spell or anything. What did you do? I was like, I'd keep jumping back and forth in time to make multiple copies of myself. They then get off the planet, and Stranger's like, listen, I'm not giving you this, and wipes her memory with this like Palm of Forgetfulness that she had said that really wasn't going to be that useful. And she's talking about trust and everything, and I get that. It's not really right what Strange did, but he kind of knows her well enough to know that she would either use this stone and get corrupted by the power or sell it to somebody and wreak havoc. He needed to find a way to try and destroy the stone, so he wiped her memory and just kept it to himself. So, I mean, granted, what Strange did was a bad thing, but letting that stone to someone who doesn't understand the power or the responsibility of it would be more irresponsible of him. So they go off, Khan is none the wiser, and we'll have to see when that bill becomes due. At the end of the issue, we get to Bats, and I'm like, yes, Bats is still around, yay. He gets back in, and he sees someone's waiting for him, and he's like, man, you're not much of a guard. He's like, oh, you're here. So, what's going on? Pretty much, I'm like, oh god, who's this person? Are they from the agency that we'd seen in the previous issues? What's going on here? What's going to be happening? I'm like, oh, cool. I kind of like these little snippet epilogues. It's enough to tease you, but not enough to be like, that's stupid, that's not needed to be there. So, I'm intrigued to see when these are going to intersect. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.